Have you ever read any one of my blog posts and found, hey, they all follow a similar format? And you know what? It's not out of coincidence. It's for a reason. Because that formula helps me generate at least 37,000 visitors per blog post. Do you want to know that formula on how I write a perfect blog post? Hi everyone, I'm Patel, and today I'm going to share with you how to write a blog post from start to finish. Now before we get started, I just want to ask you guys to subscribe to this channel. That way we're going to release more marketing tips like this, you'll get notified. Now I have a question for you. How many of you have written a blog post before? If you have, leave a comment with yes. If you haven't, leave a comment with no. Because you know what, whether you have written a blog post before or you haven't, and I'm still curious on how many of you have written one, I'm going to share with you the perfect formula that I follow for my own blog. It works for a B2C, B2B, a personal blog, or a corporate blog. It works for everything. I kid you not, it is the best formula out there. First tip, start off with a title. Don't just start writing a blog post. Unless you have the exact title, do not write your blog post. 8 out of 10 people will read your headline, but only 2 out of 10 will click through and read the rest of your article. Doesn't matter how amazing of a blog post you write, if you don't write a good headline, no one's gonna read the rest of your post. All comes down to your headline or title or whatever you wanna call it. If you need some creativity, go to the grocery store and check out a magazine. When you go to a grocery store, when you're checking out, you see all these magazines. They have amazing titles with how-to, list-based articles like lose weight in 30 days, how to shed 5 pounds fast. Doesn't matter what kind of magazine there are, whether it's a business magazine or whether it's a fitness magazine or a gossip magazine, they all use catchy titles. And that's what you need to do with your blog post. And look for magazines for inspiration. I stick with the basics. I use how-to a lot. I use list-based posts. Those two things have worked wonders for me and they haven't got old. So start with the title. And you don't have to just create one variation of it. You can create 2 or 3 variations, and that's what I do. And I ask people, hey, what do you like? I'll ask a few friends, then I pick the best one and that's what I go with. The second step that you need to follow when it comes to writing your blog post is an introduction. In your introduction, you need to hook people with a bold statement. For example, I know this is a video, but I hooked you by saying, hey, do you want the formula that breaks down how I get at least 37,000 visitors per blog post? By hooking people in, they're gonna read the rest. And with your introduction, it's not just hooking people in, it's also about talking about what's going to be covered in the post. Just giving them a quick overview on what you're going to teach them is a great way to hook them in as well, to get them to go more into your blog post, read more, and ideally even leave a comment at the end of your post. Now that we got the introduction done, let's get into your body. Your body should include subheadings. Keep in mind you want your content easy to skim. If people can't skim it, you're not going to do well. In your body, use subheadings and keep your paragraphs around 5 to 6 lines max. In addition to that, when you're writing your content in your body, you'll notice at least on neilpatel.com, I link out to other people. That's part of my formula. It's not just about linking to your own site. It's about linking to other sites. Because what happens is when you link to other websites, you link up your sources, you're citing them, it creates more credibility for you, makes you and your business look more as an expert. And that's what you want to be perceived at when you're writing content. Last but not least, you want to wrap up your post with a conclusion. The conclusion summarizes what your post was about, and you end your conclusion with a question. By ending with a question, more people are likely to leave a comment. When they leave a comment, it creates engagement. By getting engagement, you're much more likely to generate sales. If people read your blog but they don't engage with you, they're not likely then to become a lead or buy your products or your services. So it's really important you end with a question. And here's what we found with conclusions. We're using Crazy Egg, we use a scroll map feature, and what we found through testing was a lot of people who read blog posts, when they first land on them, they quickly scroll to the bottom, check out the conclusion, and then they go back up and read the rest, assuming they like the conclusion. So with your conclusion, make sure you label it conclusion. Don't get fancy, keep it simple, just call it a good old conclusion. And that's my formula to writing blog posts. It's not that hard. Now, one thing I did mention within this whole process of writing blog posts that you need to link out to other sites. And here's a bonus tip. I know this goes a bit above just writing, but very few people do it. When you link out to other people, it flatters them. People love getting backlinks because when you link out to someone, it drives them more traffic. especially when you're linking to them in a positive way. Hopefully you're not bashing people in your blog posts. Stay above that. So when you link out to them, shoot them an email. Hey Curtis, I have to say I'm a huge fan of your work. So much so I linked out to you my latest blog post. You can check it out here. Cheers, Neil. P.S. If you shared it, it would make my day. That's it. A lot of people who get linked out to, including me, don't mind sharing articles on Twitter. It drives the blog owner traffic and it makes the person you link to look great. So that's it. If you want more traffic to your blog, you need help with writing content or generating traffic, check out my ad agency, Neil Patel Digital. And of course, if you just have any questions on writing or need help, leave a comment below with your question and I'll answer it. If you like the post, I would appreciate that as well. Share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.